And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very special edition of Beyond the Belle! I'm Chelsea.
Hey,
Charles
how's
is here.
it going? And with us today, we have from World Wrestling Network, Tracy Nyxx.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So excited to have you. This is just, this is like a great way to start the, no, it's noon. I haven't just started the day, I swear to God. But yes, welcome.
I have.
Yeah, I woke up 20 minutes ago.
Amazing. No judgment here. Yes, but
Yeah,
welcome.
so Tracy, tell us, you're here promoting a particular event coming up. We'll talk to you, but what are you promoting so we can get that at the beginning and the end? So,
well, next Sunday, the 24th, at OCC Roadhouse in Clearwater, Florida, we have Shine 69. Nice. It's my second Shine. My debut was last month, so I'm 1-0 right now. Facing Brittany Blake on the 24th. I know, I'm very excited.
Amazing. I love that match. I saw your first match. It was really fun.
Thanks.
So great.
Yeah, well, that's why we had you on, because we only have undefeated people on.
Yes, that's it.
We don't want losers on here.
You lost? No. Ooh.
So, Tracy, tell me, so you are, you're new to the, well, you're not new to the indie circuit. You've been doing valet work for a while.
Yeah, I've been doing, I joined wrestling school originally in 2012, actually. So it's been 9 years, but I was doing ballet stuff. Then I kind of took a break, and I was just like not in a good mental space for a couple of years. I just took some time off. I moved to Florida, and it was just so easy to get in good shape here and be in a good mood. So I decided to pick it up again, and I love it now. Love it. And the physical part of it, I'm really good at working out now, so I can do all the physical stuff in the ring I always wanted to do. I was in such bad shape when I lived in New York. There was so much stuff I wanted to do, and I was just incapable of doing it. So now that I'm healthy and getting in my good groove, it's a lot easier for me to act out exactly what I'm trying to do, and it makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something.
Yeah. Well, I mean that match you had with Alex Sky, you did this awesome handstand springboard stunner. I'm not sure if it's it's either a cutter or a stunner depending on how they take it. But I think initially I try and do it like a springboard cutter. Yeah, but it could be a stunner too. But yeah, it's my favorite move. That was the first move I wanted to learn how to do, and that was always really hard for me to do because I could never hold myself up upside down, and when I was upside down I got dizzy immediately. So I practiced that move a million times, and I finally got it, and now I'm really good at it. It's my favorite move.
Is that the thing? Like just doing it over and over again, that's how you learn to not get dizzy when you're upside down? How does that work?
Yeah, I was originally gonna have a finisher as a moonsault, and I still cannot do it. It's really hard. For some reason being upside down still makes me a little delirious, but if you do it enough, you can kind of get the vertigo part of it gone. But jumping backwards and going upside down is still impossible. I cannot do it.
Yeah, it's crazy when I see people do moonsaults and they don't even look behind themselves.
Yeah, it doesn't even look hard. I was like, oh, let's do a moonsault. And I tried to practice it, and I got up on the rope, and I went to jump, and I just could not do it. I was terrified.
Yeah.
It looks crazy.
I can jump forward on my head and land on my head and still be fine. But if I go backwards, terrified. Can't do it.
But that makes me wonder, what was it like the first time? So you went into wrestling school around 2012. What was it like the first time you took a bump?
I remember it hurting a lot, and I had really bad anxiety then. So I remember it giving me almost a panic attack, to be honest. And back bumps, you can kind of eventually get used to. There's a flip bump you have to learn, where you just stand there and you flip forward and you land on your back. And I remember the first time I tried to do that, I immediately spiked myself.
Oh, wow.
And where you go numb for 30 seconds and you're not sure if you're paralyzed.
Jesus Christ.
It was terrifying. I remember my trainer was everybody in the class was whoa! And straight in my head. It was terrifying. And I actually couldn't do flip bumps until maybe 6 months ago. I never tried them again. I was too scared. Didn't want to flip, didn't want to do anything. And I eventually was just all right, I'm just going to try it. And I did it fine. And now I can do it fine.
That's amazing.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
That's so cool. So let's go back to the beginning a little bit. So what is it that made you decide, what got you into wrestling in the first place?
I remember just watching it growing up.
with like my brother and my sister, and I'm not sure why we started watching it. I feel like we just saw it on TV. We had one of those, like, you know, in New York they had those cable boxes that your parents could buy. I forget what they were called, black boxes or whatever. Yeah. So we would watch all the pay-per-views. I remember my first pay-per-view, I think, was World War III, WCW.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I can't remember any of the matches right now, but I remember like we were obsessed with that pay-per-view. We had it on VHS and we watched it over and over and over.
That's awesome.
We started watching WWF after that. And that's when I discovered The Brood.
Yeah.
And as a budding young goth girl, I was like, oh, okay, I like this.
That's still one of the best theme songs ever for any team. And entrances, too.
I know.
When Edge doing that recently, I was like, oh, shit.
I lost it.
Yeah.
I love that song. I used to play it in the driveway. It was like WWE, like Music Volume 3.
Yeah.
Or Volume 4. I used to just play it in my driveway at home, just like
they had
playing
that?
basketball.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah, back in the day, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Well, Chelsea knows I have all these theme songs on my phone. I have, like, the Fiend's theme. I have, like, fucking Dakota Kai's theme and Candice LeRae's and
But it's nice to know there was like a now that's what I call music, like, wrestling version. Like,
no, it came out at the time.
Them.
It came out at the time. Like,
yes, of course.
They would put it out like once every couple years, and it'd be like, "Here's everyone's theme songs on CD."
So
it was the only way you can get them back then, I think. Like,
yeah,
like we didn't really have, like,
of course.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's
like,
so cool.
you know, oh my God! Now you brought to mind the Undertaker rapping. Oh my God.
Side note: do you remember Macho Man's album? Also incredible.
Oh, Be a Man or what? Something like that, where he's challenging Hulk Hogan.
So good.
Yeah.
I used to play that at Leaky Lifeboat all the time when I worked there.
Yeah.
People love it.
So what made you decide to go from being a fan to being a wrestler? Who did you see or what match did you see that made you say, hey, I want to do that?
I think it's probably Lita initially that I saw that, like, really like I was in love with the Hardy Boys, so I was jealous as hell as her anyway.
Every goth girl I knew was.
Yeah. Like, I liked the Brood, and then the Hardys became the new Brood, and I was like, all right, sorry, Brood.
Sorry.
I was like, I thought Lita was living like the coolest life. Like, she was like all goth and cool and like kicking ass. And I was like, this girl, like, I'm in love with this girl. Like, I feel like I just like idolized her completely. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was at a Cybertron, I think, and I was talking to this like a friend of mine who was into wrestling, and he ended up just joining a wrestling school in Queens.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and it was FTW, and I had just gotten laid off from Hot Topic.
Mm-hmm.
No. I was there for like 7 years. They gave me unemployment, so I was getting like $400 a week to do jack shit. So he was like, "Hey, since you have extra money, why don't you come to wrestling school with me?" And I was like, "Done, I'll go." So that's when I first went to FTW, and I think I originally went to the Brooklyn location, but the area was kind of sketchy, so I ended up joining the Ronkonkoma one.
Yeah,
and that's when I kind of started training at, and I made some friends there, and like I wasn't that good at it, but they had me managing Wes Draven pretty quickly because he was like another like goth type of dude. Mm-hmm. So after like a few months, I was managing him, and then like once I was already involved in shows, it was like, you know, I'll just keep doing this. But I stopped doing training probably like 6 months after, just because I don't know, I was just like fat and I was just like, I wasn't feeling it, you know, like I was just in really bad shape. I was drinking way too much. And then like a year after that, my mom died, and I was like, I'm not do this anymore. I was just like going, you know, like going through it. Mm-hmm. And I just didn't have time for wrestling. I just couldn't do it. So I would do valet shows here and there, but I like no-showed a lot of shows just because I was hungover, and I was like, yeah, I'm just embarrassing myself. I'm not going to do this anymore. But I eventually got back in the groove, thankfully.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I mean, but it's great to see that you're, you know, working like a Shine show and, you know.
I know. Like, Shine is like a really, really big deal. And I'm like,
yeah.
Like, I wrestled the FTW show in 2018, and that was my first like one-on-one match. Mm-hmm. And I remember I only wanted to do it because it was so close to Leaky Lifeboat, and I wanted all my friends to come. And I remember like telling Brian, my trainer, I was like, I don't think I'm ready. And he was like, all right, I'll show you, like, all you gotta know. Like, he had me watching Luna Vachon tapes, and he was like, just be that character. And I was like, done. So I was just like a crazy, like, like brawling girl.
Yeah.
And it came out fairly okay, I think. But I remember being so goddamn nervous. Like the minute I got backstage, I was like, I don't know if I can ever do that again. I was so scared. But after having my shine match, for some reason it felt different. I don't know if it's because this one was like a bigger production, but like I finally felt that like pride of like a good job, and like I felt like a real pure happiness I haven't felt in a really long time, you know?
And you looked really comfortable being a heel too at the end. Like,
yeah, I think I'm better at being a heel.
Yeah.
Which is surprising because I have such a natural, like I don't have a resting bitch face, I have a resting giggly face.
Yeah.
So, I'm so jealous.
Like, I have like a nervous laughter, so I'm always like so I was surprised when they wanted to make me a heel, but I guess the whole goth thing kind of just played into that.
Yeah.
But I'm way better at being a heel, apparently, because when I'm a face, I'm like, hi, thank you. When I'm a heel, I just be like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I can do that, no problem.
Well, that's the thing. There's so many wrestlers out there who I love. Like, I've always been, like I said, I got into this through watching Roddy Piper hitting Jimmy Snuka with a coconut. And just thinking, oh my God, that's so fucked up and awesome. And so I've always been like a heel fan more than anything. And there's a lot of heels that I really don't like when their face is like...
Yeah, same.
Yes, it's a frequent topic of conversation for sure.
Because a lot of them go from being like a witty mastermind to like a jolly prankster. And it's like...
Yeah, they have trouble, I think, translating everybody into like... From heel to face. Not everyone can do Big Show.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well,
actually, which reminds me, one of my first memories I think of wrestling was like when Big Show was feuding with Al Snow, and I don't think I knew it was fake then either. And they went to like Big Show stole his dog Pepper, his Chihuahua.
Oh no, that was the Boss Man.
Oh yeah, Boss Man. That's what I meant.
The Boss Man
and Al Snow.
Yes, this is going to upset Chelsea. Chelsea,
I have a
cover your
Chihuahua.
ears.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Big Boss Man took a Chihuahua named Pepper, killed him, cooked him, put him in a burrito, and fed him to Al Snow. And Al Snow found his toenail in his tooth. And I remember being a kid and being so horrified, and like. Oh yeah, Big Boss Man also with the Big Show when Big Show's father died and they were at the funeral.
Oh yeah, and he took the casket away
Big
with
Boss
the
Man backed
loudspeaker.
the pickup truck into the funeral, hooked a chain to it, and dragged the casket through the cemetery. Big Show jumped on top of it, went flying off. Like,
wait, this all sounds so fun. It was so fucked up.
And I'm pretty sure I was pretty young at this time. I don't remember what year it was, but I remember I don't think I thought it was scripted at the time. So I was like, how are they doing this and showing this on TV? And I don't think any other TV show ever did that to me.
I still remember the NWO debuting on, it was either Raw or SmackDown or wherever it was. It was a pay-per-view. But I think The Rock went into an ambulance and they rammed the ambulance with a monster truck.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I was just like, I love when wrestling used to have regular attempted murder, like...
Yeah, every episode.
segments.
Well, which one was it? Didn't, like... Somebody pushed somebody off the top of a building.
Yeah.
Which one was it?
Yeah, I remember that.
No,
Hulk Hogan pushed the Big Show.
Rally.
Yeah, it was the Big Show. Hulk Hogan pushed him off. Yeah.
Yeah, so they had a monster truck fight, and then they got out of the monster trucks, and then just pushed them off the top of the building.
Yeah. What I love is I read an interview with Dominic Mysterio recently, and he talked about how when they had the Eddie Guerrero custody hearing, that was a weird one too. How his father was trying to keep kayfabe going, so he thought that he might have to go home with Eddie Guerrero if anyone.
Oh man,
Jesus fuck.
So
that's amazing.
It was a very different. I kind of miss the constant attempts at vehicular manslaughter, and I feel we need more of those. Although, hey, on Impact, people actually get murdered, so
I know people are just dead. I'm like, okay. This
like
is
at least three people
Charles
have
just got
died
me
on
into wrestling
Impact.
a couple weeks ago. Charles got me into wrestling I don't know how many years. A couple of years ago.
2017, yeah.
Oh, really? It was that long ago. So it's just like all of these things I'm learning as an adult, never having watched it as a kid, and being like, wait, Charles, are they okay?
Jealous.
What's going on?
Well, because with Chelsea, I remember I took her, oh my God, it was so funny, because I was telling her how great the Revival were, and then they fought the B Team, and it was like, I was like, I'm sorry.
Well, not right now, but I promise you, they're great.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, no, really, they are like the greatest team in the world. This is just a bad match. And then I was kind of embarrassed for a lot of the matches until we got to, it was Charlotte, Carmella, and Becky. And it's where Becky Lynch did the turn that made her into the man.
Yeah.
And that's, I remember, what won Chelsea over, and also seeing Ronda Rousey just ragdoll Alexa Bliss that night.
Yeah, I feel like I remember reading an interview about Alexa Bliss saying that she got hurt. So, like, the match was great, but I wonder how much of that was good selling or just her actually being injured.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, Ronda Rousey would probably really break any, like, most people's arms if she was, like, in there.
Like I haven't had a lot of matches yet, so, like, I'm sure I'm going to come across someone that's, like, stiff as fuck, and I'm probably going to have to be like...
Oh, yeah, you got the... Yeah, you haven't had any potatoes yet, so... Like,
no, I know.
You know...
I've been lucky so far, but...
So then that makes me wonder, so who... I guess ultimately, like, who do you like right now? Is there anyone you look at and you're like, ooh, I enjoy their work?
Yeah.
Like, I really love Rhea Ripley. Mm-hmm. Like, I love her aesthetic, I love her character, I love the way she works, and I love Charlotte too. And I hate to admit it, but I do love Charlotte. Mm-hmm. Like, she's getting a little, like, I'm getting a little tired of seeing her on TV in the constant championships, but she's such a good worker, and her psychology is, like, top notch.
Yeah, she's definitely crossed into John Cena territory as far as, like,
she has,
presentation.
Yeah. But Rhea is everything.
I know. Like, I love her gear so much, and I love her, like, her attitude, and she has, like, a really great build. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like she has a similar build to me, so I feel like I can, like, watch what she does, and, like, I can be like, oh, well, maybe I could do that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So then who would you be, if you had, like, I don't know, ultimately, who would you like to fight? Who would you like to actually go against?
I mean, like, a dream match would be, like, Trish Stratus or Lita.
Yeah.
But,
yes,
for, like, someone currently wrestling, I think maybe... Like, I really love Bianca Belair, too. I feel like she's really incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like she'd be really great to work with. I feel like Asuka would be really fun to work with because she's so, like... Like, actually, any Japanese female wrestler would probably be insane. They're all like, incredible.
Yeah, if you want to get stiff shots, I guess that's...
that's the way to go. Just throw you in the deep end.
You're definitely going to get them from a Japanese...
I was doing some research, actually, the other day, trying to find some, like, new submission moves to do. Mm-hmm. The submission moves they do in Japan are insane.
Oh, yeah.
Insane. Like, they're on such a different level for some reason. Like, I don't know how wrestling got to such a technical, like, creative level over there.
It's fascinating watching Japanese wrestling, too, because the audiences are so different from Western audiences. Like, there's these moments of quiet and then applause.
Yeah, I know.
And it's I wonder, because I assume that, I've done work as musician. Chelsea has been on stage, and she's also done musician work. And we know how much getting feedback from an audience is. I'm
helps.
Sure in wrestling it's the same.
Yeah, you definitely like if you hear if you're a heel and you hear someone booing, you're like you're like yeah, like or someone starts like talking shit. Like, people love talking. Like, at the last show, I was valeting Brian Idol, and he was wrestling Sideshow. Mm-hmm. And I was yelling at Sideshow, and I was like, your tattoos are fucking ugly or something. I was like, you got shitty tattoos. And some dude in the audience was like, you got shitty tattoos. And I was like, my tattoos are cute. What are you talking about? And he was like, well, debatable. What the fuck? And I was like, all right, fair.
See, that's where you grab the mic and just go like Bubba Ray Dudley on like the whole audience.
Yeah, I was wondering about the psychology behind that. Like, as a heel, how do you psych yourself into being like, yes, the boo me, it gives me more power. Like, what's that process like? Because I feel like I'm sorry.
I feel like it's easier for me when I'm wrestling than valeting, because when I'm valeting, I can hear people talking to me, and some people say really funny shit, and I'm like, all right, I'll give you that one. And like, it's hard for me to yell, like when I valet Brian Idol, like, he's a great heel, he's great at it, and I try to emulate him when I'm out there, and I'm not at his level yet, so I have trouble being like real heel sometimes. But when I'm actually wrestling and I hear someone booing, like,
for some reason, because I'm the one actually like in the ring performing, I feel like it's easier for me to get that like real like angry kind of energy from it.
That makes sense.
You know, I don't know if you're aware, but did you know your promo about Alex Sky is listed as not safe for work because of the autoerotic asphyxiation thing?
Like I didn't think it was that bad. I was trying to like do like an old school promo, like an Attitude Era promo.
Yeah.
Because like everyone does promos these days, which is a webcam and like I'm gonna call you out, Like most people do like normal, just like straightforward promos. I wanted to do like an Attitude Era promo where like if King watched it, he would like flip out if it was on the screen.
Yeah.
So I was trying to make it like real entertaining, but the promoter did mention to me, he was like, well, I had to make it not safe for work because that's a little much. And I'm like, I mean, I had to film another one today. I'm probably going to make it a little worse, just to be honest.
Yes, please do. I'm here for it. I love it so much.
Yeah,
I get a lot of feedback, so I'm like, well, obviously it works, so I'm going to keep doing that.
I mean, we're filmmakers, so we make, if you ever want to go really crazy into like,
yes,
let us know.
Yeah, next time I'm in New York, I'm hoping I can get some bookings in New York sometime because that's my hometown. So hopefully I can get there at some point. Yeah. But I know wrestling shows aren't really running too much over there.
Yeah. Well, everything right now is still it's still like a wasteland after COVID. So
I know Florida doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I was like, this is not wrestling related, but Florida. How is Florida?
They stopped caring here like a year and a half ago. Like there's still some parts I kind of care, but I'm a bartender.
Yeah.
We opened back up like the minute they were like, well, it might not be that bad. We're like, all right, full open.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And the other thing is,
great.
The other thing I was going to say is that so she and I have known each other like online and in the same circles and everything for a few years, and you've always been like, this is not you like, oh, I saw a page and decided I'm gonna, this is you, and I love that this is you just expanding on being a goth girl, and
I've definitely gotten less visually goth since I moved to Florida. It was real heavy cyber goth when I lived in New York.
Yeah.
And when I moved here, it was real hard to maintain that. It's really hot here.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I had to grow my eyebrows back because I would draw them on.
Yeah.
And the minute you sweat, they would just melt off. So I had to grow the eyebrows back. I get tan now. I have to wear tank tops and shorts. So I'm not as heavy goth as I was. But at my core, I still love that I can use this as an expression of the goth part of me, because I look like a tan fitness girl half the time now.
Yeah.
But when I do wrestling, I can still do a creepy witch vampire character, and it feels like I'm expressing my old self, which I still miss a part of. So it's nice I can still have that part of Tracy, being able to express it.
Yeah,
I remember when Paige came out, a lot of people, when I was I was still valeting at the time, I would have people ask me, they're like, "Oh, you must really like Paige," blah blah, and I did, but I was like, slightly annoyed that she was gatekeeping the goth wrestling thing.
I know Priscilla Kelly got a lot of that too.
What, Charles?
Priscilla Kelly got a lot of that about Paige too.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, and a lot of people I don't know, maybe it's just the fans that kind of just see the biggest the biggest goth girl is going to be the one they talk about. And apparently there's a lot of wrestling girls that do the witch thing, which I didn't know.
Well, Isla Dawn, I can think of from
Isla Dawn's the big one right now.
Yeah.
I just do Wicca anyway. So I was trying to put my character together. I didn't want to just do goth girl, so I put some witch stuff in there.
Yeah.
And after I did my promo, I was watching the other promos from Shine at least, and there's there's at least 5 other witches. So I went on Twitter and I was just looking through indie female wrestlers. It's a really heavy theme. I don't know if it's just a coincidence because a lot of goth girls do witchcraft, but it's really heavy, which is cool. But I don't want everyone to think that I'm copying them. But so it's hard when we're all trying to do the same subculture. Heel thing. We're all kind of go to the same spot.
Yeah. So do you ever see? I guess when you're more of a name, do you ever see it going to the really supernatural levels? There's lightning and druids and undead bridesmaids and shit.
I'm so torn about the supernatural stuff in wrestling because I used to love when they would do it in the Attitude Era, but then when they did it with Alexa Bliss, I hated it. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really sure if maybe I'm just being too picky with it.
Because I feel like the supernatural stuff could be done well.
Yeah.
But I hated it when they do Alexa Bliss for some reason.
Well,
I just didn't like the way they was in the character.
Well, I can tell you...
I've seen them do supernatural stuff, and I liked it in the past.
Yeah, well, I can tell you, like, with Chelsea and I, like, we've both said that, like, we wanted Alexa to go back. Because Alexa's, like, more supernatural gimmick, I think, definitely depended on the presence of Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, after Bray was gone, we were like, wait, this has to stop.
There was no point to her having that gimmick anymore after Bray Wyatt was gone.
Yeah, now there's a weird supernatural girl. There's no payoff with this.
Like, that was like the one time that I was like, I agree with Charlotte Flair, where she was like, this is stupid, you have to stop. And I'm like, yes, Charlotte.
You know, but on the other hand, we see, like, people like Su Yung.
I love Su Yung so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like, I love the way they do it on Impact. Like, I love her, like, supernatural thing.
Yeah.
But, like, I hated it. Like, when Alexa Bliss was, like, choking someone from far away.
Yeah.
I thought that was dumb.
I think, that's where it goes a little far.
When someone mentally takes someone over, I think it's cool, I guess. I don't know. I can't, like, I'm very picky with supernatural shit for some reason. I have no idea what the line is.
Well, that's the thing. So do you ever see your own persona going into, like, that more supernatural sports entertainment approach, or do you want to stay grounded and more realistic?
I don't know. I'm actually, like, I'm still trying to feel out the, like, I'm still trying to fine tune where I want to go with it. So originally I wanted to do, like, a computer hacker, like, years ago. So I'm doing cybersecurity, and I thought that was a really, like, unique thing that nobody did. But I tried to work through it, and it was like, all my programs were coming out like the Matrix, and I just felt stupid. So I was like, never mind, I'm not doing this. Yeah. So I ended up just doing what was easy for me, which was Wicca stuff. And I was originally going to take it like every tarot cards, and, like, I can read the future and all this kind of stuff. And I have crystals that give me powers. But for some reason, I feel like it's a fine line between looking goofy. And since Shine is such a big deal, and WWN is such a big company, and this is, like, the start of my career, I don't want to get blacklisted by having a goofy character. Yeah. Like, you know, I don't want someone to think that what I'm doing is, like, carny. Yeah. And for me to be, like, cut out of something because of that. Yeah. You know, like, a lot of people, if they have a bad character, they don't get a second look. Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to be a little more serious and maybe just, like, kind of sexy, weird, mysterious, but not too over the top until I get the green light from somebody to say, hey, you should really go real weird with it. Then I'll go weird with it.
Yeah, that all makes sense. I think that's really smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know Isla Dawn in NXT UK is, like, taking items from wrestlers that she beats, and she's, like,
bringing them into the woods.
Yeah, she's, like, taking the items and burying them in the woods and stuff.
But we have, like, maybe it was a similar situation where she was just, like, waiting for that green light, because she was not like that at all, but now we love it that
because it used to be her, like, she would just talk about being a witch, but she did nothing witchy at all. And now she's, like, going into trances, and, you know.
Yeah, they probably wanted to wait until they saw how she, like, did with it. Yeah. Because if nobody was receptive, she started getting all weird with it, then they would have been like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Like, you know how fans are. If they don't like something, they'll shit you out immediately.
Exactly.
We never shit on anyone.
Yeah, which is, like, another thing, wrestling Twitter is something I've been trying to, like, get bigger on, because Twitter's a big, it's like a big promoting platform for wrestlers. Toxic as hell. It's so bad on there.
I remove myself from Twitter because otherwise I find myself, like, yelling at politicians and, like, telling them that they're
Charles is notorious for getting blocked or, like, suspended from platforms. So yes, I'm like, how did you do this again? So I have a question that really, maybe you can debunk this for us, because I complained about it in several episodes, and I'm so curious. What is it like wrestling with your hair down? Because for me, I'm just like, no.
It sucks.
Okay.
Like, I try to train even with my hair down just so I can get used to it. But I have a really hard time regulating my body temperature as is. I don't know what it is. It's something. I just sweat easy. I get cold easy. So when I have to wrestle with my hair down, especially at this venue, it's a fantastic venue. It's huge. Stage is great. Audio is great. But it is outside. And I have wrestled a few, like, outdoor parties where we're, like, in the middle of a field, no clouds, like, in the middle of the field, and there's blaring sun. And you have to have your hair down because you gotta look cute. But, like, the minute you get out there, it's just 1,000 degrees. Yeah. It's so bad.
So it's it's a sweat thing.
Yeah, like, I hate sweating. And, like, it's like some kind of mental thing where I just think, like, it makes you look gross, but, like, everybody sweats, it's not a big deal. But when I'm out in the ring, I feel like I should look, like perfect and modelly. But you are doing athletic stuff, so should be assumed that you're going to get hot. So you keep your hair down, you're trying to look hot, and then like 2 minutes in, you're like,
regret.
Yeah.
I was just be afraid that it'd get in my face or someone would rip it all out. I'm in awe of all of you just wrestling with your fucking hair down.
I get worried about my eyelash extensions, to be honest, because sometimes I will get they're expensive and they look fantastic, but if they get ripped out, their whole eyelash comes out. So there was a match where I think my eye got pushed against the rope and it ripped out almost all of my eyelash extensions. And I looked in the mirror and I had no eyelashes. And I was like, fantastic. And I had to wait for them to grow back for a month.
Oh my God.
It was ridiculous. Yeah, but that's why I stopped wearing lip gloss. Because I used to wear lip gloss out to the ring and it would just go like this. And I have to buy this $20 expensive lip stain.
Yeah, a stain. That's what I wear too.
Permanent eyebrow makeup. And my hair, I usually just kind of put a gel, a gel spray in the bottom, try and make it look kind of wet, and hopefully it'll stay non-frizzy, even though it usually lasts for 2 minutes.
Yeah. I've read so many interviews
not
with
supposed to touch
wrestlers
your hair
about that.
in the ring either.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Dudes don't have to worry about it. Dudes just wet their hair when they pour water on their heads, they go out.
Yeah.
Girls, if you do this, it makes you look like stupid. So you're not supposed to touch your hair. So if it gets all fucked up, you're supposed to just let it stay. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I bet. Thank you for debunking that very big deal for me.
I don't know how they wear extensions, to be honest. Some of them have hair extensions that are down in their ass.
Yeah.
And it's that. It's probably that heavy, heavy hair. I don't know.
Nah, no thanks.
At least mine's kind of light and I can move it. I can't imagine how they wear extensions.
So do you have any advice for other young women who are thinking of becoming wrestlers?
I would say don't let anybody try and talk you out of it. I had a lot of people in the beginning, some friends and friends and stuff, and other students that were not very supportive. And I remember being really I had a really bad problem with being embarrassed really easily, which I still kind of have. I have really bad anxiety. I don't like embarrassing myself. It's just a normal human fear that I just internalize really hard. And that's why it took me so long to do it. When I first joined wrestling school, it was 9 years ago. If I would have taken it seriously back then, who knows where I would have been by now. But I let, the fear of embarrassing myself and, worried about failing and, some other people saying that, it's a waste of time and, you should go to school for something real and it's stupid. And I let other my internal voices and other people get in my head, and it talked me out of doing it for such a long time. And now when I had a good match last Shine, it was even the last FIP match, and I was just valeting. It was such a good match, and that pure happiness and pride that you have doing a good job and succeeding in something that's been a dream of yours since you were a child is so indescribable. I've never felt it before. And I just wish I could tell 25-year-old Tracy to just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. And I don't regret that I'm starting now. I wish I would have taken it seriously a little earlier. I'm 33 now, and I'm a little older for a female wrestler, but
I mean, Thunder Rosa started at 28 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's only hard for WWE, because they're kind of picky about age. But now with all the options, it's really not that big a deal anymore. But that's another weird, paranoia
mental thing. I get it.
Yeah, am I too old? And some of these girls are getting signed at 19, and I'm oh. But I just if you have something you want to do and you really want to put your heart to it and you think it'll make you happy, just fucking do it. Fucking try it. Worst case, you suck at it and you fail. If I end up sucking one day, I'll quit doing it. But at least I tried and I got to feel what it was like to accomplish a dream. My ultimate dream is to get a contract for, WWE, AEW, whatever, or even just be on TV once for AEW would be incredible.
Yeah.
Or even ROH or Stardom or Marvelous or MLW. If I get to be on TV and text my family and text my friends and say, look at me on TV, look what I accomplished, and get a pat on the back and like just feel that pride, like it'll all be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, you gave me goosebumps.
So before we finish up, is there anything else you felt that we that you'd like to say to people listening right now?
I just feel like I hope everyone can follow along my career with me, and I appreciate all the support I've gotten from everybody so far, and I would love to get more bookings in other states. If anybody, like, I know I'm still kind of new, but I'd really love to be more involved in the community and get out and meet everybody. And if anybody has any advice, I'm all ears. Or if anybody wants to do any shows together, feel free to contact me. Like, I would love to do shows anywhere. Like, I have some bookings coming up in Canada next year.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I'm getting like a lot of bookings already, which is awesome. And like, I'm not very good at self-promotion, and like, I'm not the type of person that's going to be like, look what I did, check me out, blah, blah, blah. I'm not good at it. And as a wrestler, you kind of have to be, because that's how you get out there. So if anybody listening feels like reaching out to me and helping me out, that would be great.
Is there like a way that they can do that? Do you like have a website or like something to like where people can find you?
Yeah, all my social medias are Tracy Nyx right now, except for Facebook. My Facebook is still Tracy Gacy, which is my old name. Because it won't let me change it, because it thinks my real name is Tracy Gacy, but apparently Nyx sounds made up.
Yeah.
But I wanted to change my name because like I was going to work with a promoter in Tennessee, and he was so pissed off about that name, and like I didn't really get it for a second, and then I watched that documentary on John Wayne Gacy, and I was like, yeah, you're right.
So
I was
that was the tipping point. Like, okay,
I changed my fucking name. Yeah, he was a horrible guy.
He was the worst.
He was real bad. I was like, oh, is that what I've been doing this whole time? So I finally came up with a new name.
Oh well, no relation.
Yeah. So I finally changed my name. I got Tracy Nyx. Like,
love it.
So that's my new social media.
Amazing.
Well,
so cool.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for coming on Beyond the Bell.
Yes, thank you.
Our show.
Thank you.
Yeah,
this is so exciting.
You
Can't
are
wait to follow your career and where you go.
Our first interview, and we're really happy to have you on here, and really proud of you.
Awesome, thank you.
I
Fuck yeah.
wish you nothing but like the fucking sky's the limit on this, you know?
Well, thank you. You guys too. You guys are in the entertainment business. We're all in the same...
Exactly.
The same field.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you.
We're all in this together.
And as I said, you know, you ever want to go really crazy with your, your vignettes? I pronounce them the way I pronounce them, so whatever.
Oh, Charles.
Let us know.
Yeah, next time in Brooklyn, I'll definitely hear you.
Yeah. So, Tracy, I want to thank you for coming and promote that show for us one more time.
So you can also watch the show live on www.live.com. It's Shine69. OCC Roadhouse, Clearwater, Florida, if you live in Florida, or you can live stream it. You can feel free to DM me for details. You can find info on the website or get on my Instagram, my Facebook. Got another FIP coming up, I think November 13th or 14th. And yeah, I think that's about it for shows coming up.
Amazing.
All right. Well, Tracy, good luck in the future. And thank you for being our guest.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Guest. No, sorry.
So anyway, we want to thank all of you for listening. Be sure to check out Tracy at WWN and on Sunday the 24th. So, in closing, Chelsea, where can they find you?
You can find me watching Tracy's match on the 24th. Live stream. Not going to Florida, I'm sorry. I can't, but I will melt. So, no, you can find me at chelsea.lesage on Instagram. And where can they find you, Charles?
I can be found at charles.d.lincoln on Instagram. And we can be found together
at CL Squared Productions on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And then you can follow us on the Tweeter, the toxic wasteland of the Tweeter, at Beyond Z. I didn't look up new fucking Z names. Thank you. Beyond Z Belle, like Beauty and the Beast Belle.
Beauty and the
Beauty, I love you. Yeah, thank you guys, and thank you, Tracy. We love you.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Be sure to check out Tracy. All right?
Bye.
Bye. Bye.